Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, my subscribers, and my Trevorites. But mainly good morning to the subscribers, because you're the ones that keep the channel growing. I also want to say good morning to my lovers, my haters, wasted spacers, chicken chasers, YouTube creators, master bakers. But if you're watching this right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It is free. Well, people, what a morning already. It's Monday morning. Monday madness. Monday memories. Yes, well, I've been up early this morning, as you all are aware now, and I would like to thank Miss Sonia Poulton for having me on her show. It was great this morning. We talked about the royals and different things. We talked about trolls, and we talked about quite a few things. Yes, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So that's done and put to bed. And no doubt I'll be on again to her show. Unless someone tries to cancel me. Anyway, let's keep moving. So, what else is happening today? Well, if you aren't aware, there's a lot of building work happening in the Royal Lodge. Yes, the builders are in, the scaffolding's up, they're doing decoration. But Prince Andrew's refusing to leave. Yes, he's scared in case if he was to walk out and let the builders take over, he's actually afraid of being evicted. Isn't that weird? What a way to live. I can't get my head around this, because clearly he has another multi-million-pound house somewhere. Just go and live there. You've got money in the bank. You've got your connections. Just go and enjoy your life. That's what I think. But I had this chat with Sonia this morning. And I'm of the opinion that the King, King Charles, is putting out his frustration towards his brother Andrew because he can't put it out towards his son Harry. So he's aiming the machine gun at Andrew when really he's looking at Harry and going, this should be you. That's what's happening. That's just my opinion. You can comment below about that. Yes. What else is going on? Junior doctors. Have you heard this? Junior doctors are threatening to strike. They're threatening to walk out and not come back until March next year, until their pay demands are met. They want 35% increase in wages. We want 35% increase in wages or we are not going to work. Well, I'm going to be honest. No one cares. And that's why it's not being dealt with. Because no one cares. It doesn't matter if people think about the doctors. I know there's nurses out there that work extremely hard. I know there's doctors that work extremely hard. But when you look at the past couple of years of the pandemic, we see that you've shit all over on us. And now it's got to the stage where the majority of the public just don't care about your whining. There's people that work in care homes and shops and Tesco's. The postmen. You know, there's people that work in jobs that work just as long hours as you. The minimum wage in the UK is £10.42 an hour. Junior doctors are receiving £14 per hour. You are above the wage. You're a junior doctor for a reason. Yes, you put in long hours, but so does everyone else. So does everyone else. Quit your moaning. Yes, no doubt to be a junior doctor on here going, I disagree, Trevor. And my answer to you is, get off YouTube and get to work. Okay? There we go. What else is going on? Ex-Scottish Nationalist Party leader Nicola Sturgeon was arrested. She was arrested. Now, we know over the last so many months, so many years, that she was the leader of a party, a nationalist party, that tried to cause division and break away from the United Kingdom. She had her own agenda. Even when she got beaten in a referendum, she still went, okay, I'll be quiet for a couple of months and then I'm going to go after it again. No one in Scotland cares about the SNP. They are a spent force. In fact, to such a degree that she thought it was a great idea that the SNP would invest tens of thousands of pounds into a luxury mobile home and use it as a battle bus, which has sat on a member of her family's driveway for quite some time. So you have that. You also have the fact that the UK government were giving Scotland hundreds of millions of pounds for society, and a lot of it wasn't being spent. And then they were complaining that they weren't getting enough from the UK and they wanted to break away. They tried to hold the United Kingdom hostage and it backfired. She then tried to take on a gender ideology and that backfired and she stood down. However, it's quite strange that she stood down only a week or 2 weeks before all these fraudulent investigations started happening. Where's all the money gone? We're missing money. And she sort of disappeared. Well, now, I'm not a detective, but there's people out there that are. If the police arrest you to help their investigation and they hold you for 7 hours, they must have had evidence to hold you for 7 hours. Now, she's been released without charge, but of course she's been released without charge. She knows a lot of stuff about the top police officers, top lawyers. She was the leader of the country. She knows people all over who have probably dabbled in maybe illegal things. Is she holding people to account? If you do me, I'll do you. We don't know. In my own opinion, she's untrustworthy, and I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this eventually. If there's any justice, we will see it, won't we? Right. Now, I mentioned yesterday that Boris Johnson had quit as a Conservative MP. He said that the government was a bit like a kangaroo court, and he walked off with he had the last jibe. Well, guess what, people? Nigel Farage is pushing towards Boris Johnson to be the next leader of the Reform Party. He wants Boris to rule that party and go after politicians and to put a new party in place. And you know what? That is a fantastic idea from Nigel. It really is. Let's see what happens. But if Boris does take up this realm and lead this party, I can see the next election being a disaster for not only Labour, but the Conservative Party. And we'll see where that goes. The jury's out, let's say. The jury's out. When Boris asked about this idea, he said, let me get this right. Not sure. So there we go. Yep, straight from the horse's mouth. What else is going on? MPs are now making decisions that they believe that migrants fleeing Albania should not be given asylum. Why is that? Why are they fleeing Albania? It's not in war. It's not war-torn. There's no war going on. There's nothing happening. It's a good country. Yes, that's why. Right, what else? It's been announced today that British tanks, Challenger 2 tanks, are leading and playing a key role in Ukraine against the defeat against Russia. 14 of our Challenger 2 tanks at £5 million per tank. And then you have to think of, that's what, 14 times 5, 50, that's £70 million worth of tank. Then you have the ammunition. So there's another £150 million worth of British hardware being used against another country. No wonder the Russians hate us. But, you know, we must prevail. Evil cannot prevail. We must crush it. But evil's everywhere. Evil's every side. Evil's in the Lords. It's in the Commons. It's in the factory you work at. It's in your boss. It's everywhere. We just need to keep it suppressed. Good people do that. Right. And here's one for you. Do you remember coronavirus coming from China? But we couldn't say it was China because that was racist to say it came from China. Remember Donald Trump called it the Chinese flu? Yeah, because it came from China. Well, investigators have now stated that scientists in Wuhan, is it Wuhan? Wuhan. Scientists in Wuhan, in their laboratory, were actually mixing coronavirus with other toxins to try and create some sort of mutant type of virus when it was leaked. I'm still baffled why the world hasn't stood up together and went, China, you caused this. We want repatriations for millions of people. But no, we couldn't, could we? Unfortunately, everything today's made in China, even diseases. Where do we go from here? Taiwan, made in Taiwan. And if China get their own way, everything in Taiwan will be made in China. It's quite strange, but there we are. Right, people, I am going to say this. I had a lovely email this morning from one of my subscribers who said she complained to Amazon. She went and she wrote a letter to Amazon. She complained, well, an email. Why is Trevor's book out on the 23rd of June and you're not giving it to us until the 15th of July? This does not make sense. Well, she received a response from Amazon to say, well, that's because it's sold out and it's out of stock. The book is very popular and that's the next time we can get it out. So there we go, people. There's always an answer. And if you haven't pre-ordered my book on Amazon, it's currently being sold for 37% below the retail price, asking price. You can get it for £8.95, and I hope you get it. And thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Listen, people, have a great day, but most of all, stay safe.